You know, in most stories, power is all about strength, or maybe intelligence. But today, we're diving into a character whose ultimate weapon is just absurdity. Get ready to meet Yakk, the impossible maker, a being who doesn't just break the rules of reality, he makes them totally irrelevant. Yeah, forget about super strength or laser eyes for a minute. The question this character makes us ask is way more out there. What actually happens when a character's greatest power is being completely and utterly absurd? Well, that's the bizarre world of Yakk, and that's exactly what we're going to unpack. All right, so let's get right into it. Who is Yakk? To even start to answer that, we basically have to throw out everything we think we know about how characters work. Because this guy, he operates completely beyond logic and physics. I mean, just look at his basic identity. This tells you pretty much everything. He's not a person, he's a cosmic duck entity. His alignment, pure, unpredictable chaos. But the real kicker, the real game changer, is his existence level, beyond logic and physics. This means he doesn't just have power in his universe, he literally exists outside of its most fundamental rules. Okay, so if he exists outside of all the normal rules, what's his purpose? What's his job? You'd probably expect him to be some big hero or a terrifying villain, but Yakk's role is so much weirder and way more disruptive than that. Let's put it this way. A normal character might create a super powerful weapon to win a fight, right? Yakk doesn't need to bother. He just humiliates existence itself by, I don't know, casually throwing around nuclear egg constructs. See, his goal isn't winning. It's to make the entire idea of a serious fight completely ridiculous. And that's exactly why you can't slap a simple label on him like hero or villain. He's not on anybody's side. He is a force of absurd inevitability. Think about that. He's less of a character and more like a law of the universe, a law that says at any given moment, everything can just dissolve into hilarious, unpredictable chaos. But how does he actually do it? How does he pull all this off? Let's take a look at his power profile to see the specific abilities he uses to just dismantle reality for his own entertainment. So his core abilities, they start out strange and just get stranger. You've got things like impossible manifestation and absolute durability, which are wild on their own. But it's those last two that really just break everything: narrative override and comedic supremacy. These aren't about being stronger than someone, they're about changing the rules of the story itself. Just take narrative override. It's kind of like being in the middle of this super serious dramatic movie, and Yakk just strolls in, picks up the remote control for reality, and switches the channel to a slapstick comedy. He can bend the story's entire tone and logic. So no matter how serious a threat is, he can just decide, nah, this is a joke now. And of course, a character this chaotic needs a signature weapon to match. And Yakk's is every bit as bizarre as you'd think. Yeah, it's time to talk about the eggs. It's called the nuclear egg barrage. Just let that sink in. And while it sounds almost funny, the official description reveals just how terrifyingly absurd this attack really is. It's described as an assault of reality-breaking explosive eggs that ignore defense, durability, and logic. Just think about that for a second. You can't block it, you can't tank the hit. It's an attack that works precisely because it ignores the very idea of defending against it. That's the whole point. So what do you get when you combine this totally bizarre identity with reality-shattering powers and a signature weapon that spits in the face of logic? Well, you get a character whose entire purpose is to be the ultimate punchline to every serious situation. And his personality is a perfect mirror of his power. He's playful, but at the same time unbelievably dangerous. He is completely unbothered by those endless debates about power scaling, who's stronger than who, because none of those rules even apply to him. To Yakk, a threat that could literally end the universe is just another setup for a good gag. And the effect he has on everyone around him really tells the whole story. The most powerful warriors, they fear him. Not because he's stronger, but because he makes their strength completely pointless. The gods, they're just confused by him. And the super serious fighters just get annoyed because he refuses to play by their rules. He instantly breaks any debate about power levels because he operates outside that entire system. When it comes down to it, it all boils down to this one single crucial idea. Yakk doesn't win fights. Yakk makes winning irrelevant. The second he shows up, the goal is no longer about who wins. The conflict itself becomes the joke, and the so-called fight is over before it even has a chance to start. And so, a character like Yuck leaves us with this really fascinating question to think about. In a universe packed with gods and monsters, what is true power really? Is it having the strength to destroy a planet? Or is it the ability to decide that the whole fight for that planet was absurd in the first place?